Hello class, my name is Monique Bryant and today I will be presenting my instructional video for the instructional speech. The topic that I'm using today is Christian prayer. Now I do realize that everybody is a different religion and I do respect all different types of religions, but the purposes of this video is to present to you a way to pray a Christian prayer. Now it is not the only way to pray a Christian prayer, but it is a guideline. It's something that I personally used when I first became a Christian and I found it to be very effective, and I also teach a class on this subject at my church for new members orientation. Again, I do respect all religions, and this video in no shape, form, or fashion reflects the ideas of our university or our instructor or anyone else, but it is, again, a guideline to prayer. And what I call it is the 5-finger prayer. This is something that I found on an email a long time ago, and I found it, again, to be very effective. So if you would look at your 5 fingers, we're going to go through these 5 fingers and it's going to help you. It's going to be a guide to how to pray. The first finger is the thumb. And if you look at the thumb, it's the closest finger to you. This is going to remind us to pray for the people who are closest to us, our families, our friends, our classmates. But it does remind us to pray for the people who are closest to us. Usually we know the issues of life that they're dealing with, and so it's easy for us to call their names in prayer and call their situations out in prayer, and so that God can hear that prayer and that prayer can be effective. The second finger, the pointer finger, reminds us to pray for those who instruct us. Now, that's not only teachers. Teachers do instruct us, but sometimes a patient is instructed by their doctors. So if we have family or friends or anybody that we know of who needs prayer, we need the doctors to be able to instruct them so that they're able to take their medicines correctly or carry out whatever regimen it is that the doctor has prescribed for them. So we want to pray for those who instruct us, our children's teachers, our teachers, anybody who instructs. This finger reminds us to pray for them. The next finger on our hand is the longest finger on our hand. And this finger reminds us to pray for things that are bigger than us, like our government. You know, you always want to pray for the president, keep him lifted in prayer, our people who make our decisions here locally as well as on the national level, because they all do need prayer. Also for like our school board members. I know in Cattle Parish, we're specifically going through an issue where we don't have a permanent superintendent. So we want to pray for those people to still be able to make the right decisions for our children. We want to pray for war, and, you know, being a student here at Barksdale, I know that that's something that's near and dear to a lot of the students and their families, because we want our soldiers to be protected during battle. The next finger on our hand is the weakest finger. If you move that finger, another finger next to it is going to move. You can't hardly move this finger by itself. So it reminds us to pray for those who are weak, those who can't take care of themselves, those who are in jail, those who are in the hospitals, those who are in the nursing homes. This finger reminds us to pray for those people who need help, who are weak in any type of area. The last finger on our hand is the pinky finger. And this reminds us to pray for ourselves. Not saying that all of this stuff is more important than ourselves, but normally the problems that we're having, if we go in prayer to God and we pray for all of these other things, the thing that is bothering us or the issue that we have in our life is usually very small compared to those issues. So it does remind us to pray for ourselves lastly. This has been the 5-finger prayer, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.